The blue glow of multiple monitors lit up my small office in the IT support department of Global Tech Solutions. At 11 p.m., the office was quiet except for the soft hum of servers and my fingers flying across the keyboard. To my colleagues, I was just cleaning up after another day of password resets and printer problems. In reality, I was tracking a sophisticated cyber attack that was about to target our company. I'm Linda Chen, though everyone at Global Tech calls me the IT Girl. They don't know about my decade at the National Security Agency, where I've led cyber defense against state-sponsored hackers, or about my classified patents in advanced threat detection. Here, I'm just the helpful support tech who fixes their computers with a smile. My terminal beeped, another probe against our firewall. The pattern was familiar, systematic, patient, professional. They would strike tomorrow during the board meeting presentation. Perfect timing, really. Still here, Linda. I quickly switched screens as Marcus Wade, our chief technology officer, appeared in my doorway. His expensive suit and carefully styled hair screamed executive, while his understanding of actual technology screamed minimal. "Just finishing up some updates, Mr. Wade," I replied pleasantly. He glanced dismissively at my cluttered desk. "Right. Well, don't forget to update those antivirus definitions. We have important presentations tomorrow." I bit back a smile. The antivirus definitions he was so concerned about were about as useful against tomorrow's attack as a paper umbrella in a hurricane. But I just nodded. "Of course, sir." After he left, I returned to my real work. 3 months ago, I'd spotted the first signs of preparation for this attack. Subtle probes, careful reconnaissance, the kind of methodical approach that screamed professional hackers. The kind I used to track at the NSA. My phone buzzed. A message from Sarah Martinez, my former colleague at the agency, confirmed activity from the group. "They're targeting the board meeting. You ready?" I glanced at my custom security protocols quietly installed alongside the company's laughably basic defenses. "Ready," I typed back. Time they learned what real cybersecurity looks like. I thought back to the executive meeting earlier that day. Wade had been presenting his comprehensive security strategy to protect tomorrow's announcement of Global Tech's revolutionary new AI platform. "Our systems are completely secure," he had boasted. "Top-of-the-line commercial security software, latest updates." I had raised my hand tentatively. "Sir, I noticed some unusual network patterns." "Linda," he cut me off with a condescending smile, "stick to helping people with their passwords. Let the real security experts handle the important stuff." The other executives had chuckled. Even our CEO, David Morrison, had smiled indulgently. None of them knew that their basic 8 support had already identified and tracked the attack group, documented their methods, and prepared a counterstrike that would not only stop them but expose their entire operation. A knock at my door interrupted my thoughts. Speaking of the CEO, "Linda, got a minute?" David Morrison stood there, looking worried despite his usual confident demeanor. "My laptop's acting strange. Wade's team said it's nothing, but..." "I'd be happy to take a look, sir." He handed over his laptop. The one containing sensitive files about tomorrow's AI announcement. The one I knew the hackers had already compromised through a sophisticated phishing attack that Wade's team had missed. "I need it for tomorrow's presentation," he said. "It's crucial that..." "It'll be ready, Mr. Morrison. I promise." After he left, I began my real work. The laptop wasn't just acting strange. It was thoroughly infected with advanced malware. The kind that would activate during tomorrow's presentation, giving the hackers complete access to Global Tech's network. My phone buzzed again. "Wade, Morrison says you have his laptop. Return it to my team immediately. This is too important for its support to handle." I smiled, remembering similar dismissive attitudes during my NSA days. Before I'd stopped multiple state-sponsored attacks. Before I'd written security protocols now used by intelligence agencies worldwide. "Just running basic diagnostics," I replied. "We'll return it shortly." In truth, I was dismantling the hackers' sophisticated attack framework while preserving all evidence. By morning, I'd have a complete record of their methods, their targets, and their real identities, all while making it look like simple maintenance. A window popped up on my screen. Another message from Sarah. "NSA confirms the group's connections. Major criminal organization. FBI is standing by." Perfect. Everything was falling into place. I worked through the night, carefully documenting everything while maintaining my cover. The morning would bring Global Tech's biggest product announcement and its biggest wake-up call about cybersecurity. My phone buzzed one last time. Wait again. Don't forget to run those antivirus updates. I grinned, putting the finishing touches on my counterattack strategy. Already done, sir. Everything's updated and ready for tomorrow. Let them think their basic security was enough. Let them dismiss the quiet IT support tech. By this time tomorrow, they'd learn what real cyber defense looked like, and who had really been protecting them all along. The Global Tech Solutions boardroom buzzed with excitement on the morning of the AI platform announcement. Executives in expensive suits mingled with tech journalists, while Marcus Wade strutted around, boasting about the company's unbreakable security. I sat quietly in my usual corner, laptop open, monitoring the hackers' increasingly aggressive probes. They were right on schedule. "Linda," Wade called out condescendingly, "the presentation screen is flickering. Make yourself useful and fix it." "Right away, sir," I replied, hiding my smile. The flickering was actually my defense system detecting and blocking their first attempt to infiltrate the display system. CEO David Morrison took the podium at exactly 10 a.m. "Ladies and gentlemen, today Global Tech Solutions revolutionizes artificial intelligence." My screens lit up with alerts only I could see. The attack had begun in earnest, sophisticated, multi-vector, exactly as I predicted. Wade's top-of-the-line security systems didn't even detect it. "Our new AI platform represents 5 years of development," Morrison continued, clicking through his presentation. "The one on the laptop I fixed last night." Suddenly, Wade's phone buzzed. His face went pale as he read the message. More phones started buzzing around the room. The hackers were making their presence known, sending threatening messages about their imminent control of Global Tech's network. "Minor technical issue," Wade announced, trying to sound confident. "Our security team." The presentation screen went black. Then red text appeared. "Your network is ours." Panic erupted. Wade frantically called his security team. Morrison looked desperately around the room. Journalists started taking photos. "Don't worry," I said calmly, standing up. "Everything's under control." Wade whirled on me. "Sit down. This is no time for IT support toe." I held up my hand, silencing him as I typed a complex command sequence into my laptop. The threatening message disappeared, replaced by a detailed display of the attack in progress, and my countermeasures systematically destroying it. What is this?" Morrison asked. "This," I explained, "is a real-time view of the most sophisticated cyber attack ever attempted against Global Tech. Orchestrated by the Shadow Dragon Group, a criminal organization responsible for billions in cyber theft worldwide." The room fell silent as they watched my defense systems methodically dismantle the attack. Each hacker's attempt was met with precise, devastating countermeasures. "How are you doing this?" Wade whispered. "The same way I've been protecting this company for the past year," I replied, "with security protocols I developed during my decade running cyber defense operations at the NSA." Morrison's jaw dropped. "The NSA." I nodded, still typing. "Section Chief, Advanced Threat Response. Specialized in countering state-sponsored cyber attacks. After that, 3 years consulting for intelligence agencies worldwide." But your IT support," Wade stammered. "No, Mr. Wade. I'm the person who's been quietly protecting this company while you installed basic commercial security software and called it unbreakable." On a screen, the hackers' desperate final attempts failed against my defenses. A new window popped up, "FBI CIBR Division. Targets acquired." That would be the FBI taking down their operation, I explained. "We've been tracking them for months. Your important presentation today made perfect bait." Morrison sank into a chair. "Our entire security strategy was completely inadequate," I finished. "Fortunately, I installed my own systems alongside them. The same ones now used by intelligence agencies globally." Wade's face had turned an interesting shade of purple. "Why didn't you tell us? Why work as Basic 8? Would you have believed me?" I asked quietly. "You dismissed every security concern I raised. Called me just IT support in executive meetings. So I did what I do best. I protected the company quietly, efficiently, and without ego." The journalists were scribbling frantically. This was turning into a very different story than the AI announcement they'd expected. My phone buzzed. Sarah from the NSA. Shadow Dragon leadership in custody. Full network seized. Nice work. Morrison stood up, his business instincts kicking in. Ms. Chen. Dr. Chen. I believe we need to revise your position with global tech. Actually, I smiled. I have a better idea. Over the next few weeks, global tech underwent a complete security overhaul. I was appointed Chief Information Security Officer with full authority to rebuild our cyber defense strategy. Wade was reassigned to a less critical role. The press had a field day. Hidden NSA expert thwarts major cyber attack. Our stock actually rose on the news. Turns out investors appreciate companies that take security seriously. I kept my old support office though. Added some better equipment but kept the cluttered, unassuming appearance. It helped remind everyone that expertise doesn't always wear expensive suits or demand attention. 6 months later, I stood in front of the board presenting our new security framework. The same executives who once dismissed me now listened intently to every word. The best security, I explained, isn't about fancy software or bragging rights. It's about constant vigilance, expertise, and the humility to admit what you don't know. My phone buzzed, a message from my new team, reporting another potential threat. I smiled, remembering simpler days of password resets and printer problems. Something amusing? Morrison asked. Just thinking about how appearances can be deceiving, I replied. Sometimes the best defense is letting people underestimate you. Wade, watching from his much smaller office, had finally learned that lesson. He even apologized, though it had clearly pained him to do so. That evening, as I monitored our now truly secure networks, a junior IT tech knocked on my door. Dr. Chen, there's something weird in the network logs. I grinned. Show me. And please, call me Linda. After all, I'm still its support, just with a few extra skills. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about proving others wrong. It's about protecting them anyway, regardless of how they treat you. And sometimes the person they dismissed as just support might be the only thing standing between them and digital disaster.